other person in the other turn lane didn't see it, so they had already started.
All right, we are live and ready to go.
Woo woo! Hello, everybody.
Thanks to my handy dandy phone, sound test check is done. The only one we're missing is Reno on Discord. Let me type him a message real quick. I sent him a text, but we'll see. All right, so last week we did not play Dawn of Flame per usual, but the week before that we were here way out in the middle of nowhere trying to rescue the stellar degenerator. Those of you who are looking and watching on the stream may notice it looks a little weird. That's because what I'm trying to do tonight is a little differently. I'm stretching the GM screen, and it looks all weird over my two monitors I'm using. And blew up, made the font size really big so you guys can see a little bit more. Because ship combat in Starfinder can get a little wonky because it's not done very often, so people aren't very familiar with it. And Fantasy Grounds has made it so nice. They keep making changes to it and they keep improving it and making it better and better. And so I wanted to show you from the DM side how that looks because you can see you see a little bit behind the screen, but not a whole lot of details that you wouldn't normally see. So as a player, we have one of our players who may not be able to jump on. It all depends on what he's able to do. So I might even be able to show you from the player standpoint as well. I can also pull up the players, so I'll probably do that as well, so you can see how to handle it from the player's view and how to handle it from the GM's view. But that is why it looks weird. So last week you guys popped out of the drift and came to the gate of the 12 suns. Let me pull up that image. There we go, sharing it with everybody. So these are where you guys came out about a day's travel from here. But you do see this perfectly arrayed circle of 12 suns. You guys did a bunch of computer checks and scans and such. Not sure. So waiting on Reno to get on Discord. Not sure what else I can do to let him know that. Anyway, maybe Roberta, do you have the
Well,
means, like a Sharpie or something, where you can make a sign that says Discord and hold it up?
does he know sign language?
But because I've done that a couple times, but I'm not on your same camera stream because I'm trying to cut down the taxing on my computer, so he cannot see me. I don't think he knows sign language, but we'll see. Anyway, Gate of the 12
Well,
Suns, and Fievel was quick to point out that there is a planet surrounding each one, orbiting each one, and it's arrayed that when the planet is in the center, there's some sort of magic that happens, going some sort of energy that exudes from the planet's core toward the center, and this is the device that that will open up the gate, and behind this gate is the stellar degenerator, the planet-destroying weapon. And there's a cult of the devourer that wants to use it just to destroy things for the sake of destruction. And there's also been some of the Eoxian ghost fleet, bone fleet, and they're looking for it to restore Eox to its former power and take over the galaxy for the undead. So you are here to stop both of those from happening. And there's one planet that has life on it, and on that planet also is some sort of structure. So that is where you guys were headed when a trio of ships came towards you, and trying to share that image 1 second. So the lead ship is called the Singularity, and as you were getting closer to it, you received a transmission.
I'll be right back, guys.
Where he was this is from this lovely looking gentleman. And he said, "Are you ready for the end? I am the agent of oblivion. I am the fang of the devourer. I am the herald of annihilation. I will sing when your bodies, then only shells, drift and twirl through the void, charred amid the tangled wreckage of your ship, and your journey to nothingness is nearly complete." And then he proceeded to come closer and shoot you guys. So that is where we are. Fievel jumped in his ship called Fievel's Bite, which is a small little fighter, and took off next to you guys. The Mariko Nash, your newly upgraded ship, and that is where we left off. Still no sign of Reno in Discord.
He got the message, so I don't know what's going on.
Okay. And your camera is askew. You're way over to one side and half off the camera.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I can't turn my computer any further. I work with two computers. I have to be in front of one or the other. Fantasy
Alrighty.
Grounds,
Not
camera.
a problem.
Fantasy Grounds, camera.
We hadn't noticed it. It hadn't been this bad before. Not a problem. So Atomic is here. Welcome, Atomic.
Woo woo.
Listen to Peter Pan.
I'm also closer to the heat vent over here, and I'm freezing to death tonight.
I need you to go to bed, please. I love you.
All right. So let's go ahead and get rolling here. So the first phase is roll setup. So I'm going to pull up Fievel so you guys can see. So first of all, there's a ship combat tracker. So there's a regular combat tracker and a ship combat tracker. It's another symbol up in the top corner, like usual. And then, so we have the cross swords for the regular combat tracker. The ship combat tracker, oddly enough, looks like a little ship. And this is what it looks like when you pull up the ship combat tracker for the DM. The players then pull open their character sheet and go to Ships tab. And you see he's assigned to Fievel's Bite as the DM. If you're curious on how to assign people, it's very simple. Leave a comment down below and I'll show you. I also have a stream I do on Thursdays, so I can go over that in detail as well. But it's pretty simple. You open up the party sheet.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
You open up the party sheet, and within there is a ships tab, and you just drag the people to where the ship they're supposed to be on.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to the stream.
Okay.
So then Five will then picks the role he wants to be. You see here it says role. You click it and it opens up the choice. So Bobby, last time you were allowing the ship to pretty much run itself, as because you are one person, you can only fulfill one role in your own ship. And the choices are basically be a pilot and have a crappy shoot, or be a gunner and have a crappy piloting. So you had been choosing to be a gunner so you can get a better shot at these guys because you're not doing a whole lot of fancy maneuvers and things like that. Is that still what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay. So
If
now,
I
go ahead.
if I remember correctly, I had busted through the front shields of one of them.
Okay. I can let you know that in just a moment. And so now that we have his role, you click this black box. It says open role actions. And everything is here. And that's true for any role that he picks, whether it's captain, ship's mystic, engineer, science officer, all the different roles. Click the black button and it shows you everything they can do, even if they aren't high enough in their role, levels to do so. It still shows you all the options that that position can do. So what we're going to do first is we're actually going to throw him into pilot so he can roll his initiative.
You're gonna have to do that for me.
So you see here it says initiative, piloting. It already has the bonus locked. Everything is already calculated for him. All he has to do is click this button. All right, so under Mariko Nash, Roberta is the pilot. Zerael is the pilot. So Zerael, go ahead and open up your pilot or switch to the role of pilot and then roll initiative. You just click the check button and it rolls it. Boom.
I know where it is.
Fills it in here.
It just took me a hot second.
I was telling the stream.
Okay.
And now we'll put him back as a gunner because, boom, there we go. All right. Get that out of the way for now. All right, so now they're going to roll their initiative. Theirs aren't automated, so it's very simple. You just look at their piloting here. So it's right here. It says offense, and you can just double click it right here. There's two of the same thing, so I'm just rolling both for the same one. All right, so now that we have our roles set up, everybody else in the roles they want to be in.
No seasoned science officer, correct?
I don't know. I can't. I don't see where
Oh,
you are.
Okay.
You can look on her ships.
No, she
tab.
is science officer. I'm just
Okay.
clarifying with you guys that that's what she's doing.
Oh, you're asking us the crew. Okay. The other option would be engineer or another gunner. Oh, speaking of which is,
Serena is a gunner.
we're gonna go ahead and allow Steve. Where's the NPC? 50. 1 second.
Just let's call him Steve, man.
George.
George. It's George of the Jungle. There we go. George.
George, and I think Tom.
Is his name George or Tom?
Right, so Todd is the
Todd.
robot.
Todd.
George is the golem. So George is the
Oh,
golem
okay.
who has intelligence and stuff, and I'm going to allow him to be a gunner.
Okay. Cool.
As well. So he will just simply, you tell him which one to shoot and where, and he'll do it. Looking at his stuff here. So he has he will have a very high attack bonus. When he attacks, I'll figure that out when we get there. Go back to ships. All right, so everybody's rolled their. Now we have their roles set up. Where did you want Zarel to be?
On the ship, preferably. No.
Really?
Hey, you're out in the wing.
Probably magic officer again. Is that
right.
what you're asking?
Yes. What
Yes.
role she wants to be? Okay. So far you guys haven't taken any damage. You haven't done anything. So you're fine. You don't really need an engineer. And you guys aren't. If you don't want to do any special maneuvers, you really don't need a pilot either. All right. So moving on. We now go to the engineering phase. The Singularity has not taken any damage either. So for the stream, I'm going to talk to the stream for a second. So you see here, all this here are things that similar to what they do.
Are we having a training lesson this evening?
For regular.
I think we are.
Okay.
For regular monsters.
Cool. Do you have? Is there a map up, or just only have a map of the ship? Is there another map you threw up? A grid of the space. There we go. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys then, because you keep talking over me. So the defense button here opens up, and you can see here all their shields, and the whole damage and stuff is up here, just like it would be on a regular NPC. So as you can see, their forward shield is down a bunch, their port shield is down some, their starboard and aft are fine. So what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to balance the shields during the engineering phase.
Well, cool.
All right. So what else could it be?
So the DC for that is 10 plus 1.5 your starship's tier, and their tier is
9.
You do this every fucking
27.
damn good will.
right there.
It's a 45. It's rated 45.
So 10, 17 plus a half, so it's DC of 20. All right, so they succeed at their balancing the shield, and what that does is it take the total of what's left and divide it by 4. 44, 54, 60, 2, 1, 13. All right, so we don't have an engineer here, so moving on to the next phase, the helm phase. So,
what do you need an engineer for? Because if we already have an extra gunner, Serena could be an engineer.
The engineer.
She's a gunner right now.
If you, easiest way to answer that question is change your
click
role,
on it and then do the thing.
Change your role to engineer and look what she can do. You don't need an engineer right now.
Okay, good. Because we don't have one.
So when the helm phase, the science officer can go before or after the pilot. The first one to go is to move is the singularity. Are any of your science officers going to do anything like scan any of the other ships or give your other people any boosts or anything like that? Boost or target or lock on or any of those things?
Yeah, give me a second. It keeps disappearing. Yes, the answer is yes to all.
Okay, so pick one and roll it.
All right. I forget. Have we done scans on these guys already?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, we're gonna go with lock on. I think. I just pressed the button.
All right, so that is a success. And so lock on says if you have at least 6 ranks in computers, you can lock your targeting system to an enemy vessel. Does cost you a resolve point, so go ahead and click off a resolve point on her sheet, or you click it off. Just have to
her meaning me.
Yes, no.
Her meaning me. Okay.
Who just rolled that? Okay. So manually lower her resolve point by 1.
Okay, well, I just put something else too.
And so you guys will get a +2 gunnery check against the target for the rest of the round. So you guys, when you shoot your guns, you will have a +2.
I just paid a result point. I think you should get at least a +4.
All right. So this guy is going to move. And then I'm going to turn. And he's done. That's all he's doing. Next is the Fang Fighter 6. He has come to a stop, so he's not going to move. Next is the Mariko Nash. Do you guys wish to move? So the way it works is because Zerael is the acting pilot, basically. Anybody can do this as long as there isn't a normal pilot. They can move half their speed, and their turning radius is +2. So what would you guys like to do? As far as
I'd like to stay where it goes. Personally, I'd like to stay where we're at.
Okay, and anytime you stay where you're at, you can spin and face any direction you want. Are you happy with the way you're facing?
I am still happy with the way we're facing.
All right. Next is the other ship. He is going to move. So yes, the Fang Fighter 1, the one. So Bobby, I know you're having problems with your computer, if you can pull up the stream anywhere, then you would at least be able to see the map. And
actually, I can do that on my PlayStation.
There you go. So if you can do that, then you'll be able to see the map and stuff.
Yeah.
And that should work as well too. Right. So the little ship right in front of you is the one that you did blast the shield from.
It's the Fighter 1?
He has a turret and a coil gun. and a missile launcher. Boy, they have like 12 weapons, and that's it. But they only have one person on it, so they can't really use them all. So he's going to do this. He's going to move. So you always have to move forward one
There's one of them.
before you can turn. His turn radius. So I'm pulling up the ship. So you see here, it shows you everything good. It's turning of 1. And speed is 10, turn of 1. All right, so you move forward 1, then he's turning. 2, 3, turning. 4, turning. 5, turning. 6. All right, so he has moved 6, and then he's done, and that is the end of. Oh, I'm sorry, Fievel. So last is Fievel's bite. So the one that you shot is now behind you, facing away from you, and you still have one other fighter in front of you, and way off to the left is the big ship. So, Fievel, where did you want to go?
Oh.
That wasn't confusing enough.
Well, I was looking at the thing on Twitch and it went to a commercial.
It'll be up in 30 seconds.
Basically, you're surrounded by something on every side.
Now, you also have no shield on your forward side as well. But your ship has weapons
all over the place. Give us the weapons.
So okay. This is the character things. So you have a flak thrower in the back and a light plasma cannon facing forward. So you would be able to shoot the one behind you with the flak cannon, or shoot a forward with the plasma cannon if you want. Or you can spin in place, or you can fly ahead and move around if you want.
Well, I'll just shoot him with the flak cannon and see what happens.
All right, so you're going to stay where you are then?
Yeah.
All right, so that's sound, because that leaves your aft shields facing him if he's going to be firing at you. All right, so don't forget, you two, the Mariko Nash can communicate with Fievel's bite. So if you guys want to coordinate who to shoot at or what you're going to be doing, you can do that as well. All right, so basically the big giant ship turns and faces you all of its weapons to bear. Little red light dots showing up all over the ship as they lock on. The little fighter comes zipping around past you, and I know there's no sound in space, but I blame Star Wars. Meanwhile, the other ships are sort of hovering, turning and locking onto each other as fingers are getting ready to press on the triggers, bringing us to the gunnery phase. So don't forget, Fievel, you have a +1 on your ship. The Mariko Nash, you guys have a +3 to all your shots, because you have 3 +3s and you haven't used any yet. So first of all, magic person, what are you doing?
Magic person. I am sending a resolve point. Let's see if I can do this time. To attempt a mystic haze.
Whoa.
Failed again. Mother effer.
Watch your mouth.
8 on a die. +3 is 30. Still not quite there.
All right. I'll get there eventually. My dice will have to get better.
As you reach out, placing your hands on the on the bridge, trying to force your will on this ship. All right, so the gunnery phase happens all at the same time.
No.
So go ahead and first of all, pilots, make sure you're in your piloting spot. So what I mean by that is now that you're done doing your mysticky stuff, go ahead and go back to your pilot role. Zerael, the reason she has to do that stream is that the pilot's piloting ranks are added to your armor class. So you want to make sure you have a pilot assigned when you get shot at. And speaking of getting shot at, that's what's going to happen now. So Serena, go ahead and do your shooting if you would like, if you remember what you're doing.
Yes. I believe I'm supposed to.
Who do you wish to shoot, first of all?
I believe I want to shoot the singularity.
All right, so right now it is in your port.
Right.
On the port side. So
can I use the light cannon blaster?
You can use anything on the turret or anything on the port side. If you're going to shoot more than one weapon, that is a minus, but you can do it.
I can choose which side, like, for example, the light buster cannon can go. The light buster cannon, I can choose the arc. It's just forward, aft, port, and starboard.
Let me look and see what you're talking about. All right, so if you look at the light buster cannon, it's in the forward arc. The light plasma cannon is in the port side.
So where are you getting this from?
I'm getting this from the ship.
Where are you? I mean, I can sit here and click through all of them. It could be anywhere I want it to be.
That's where you're aiming. You're aiming at those things you're clicking through. So in your case, it would be the starboard side.
Oh, of the ship I'm hitting?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That was not made clear. Okay, so I check the thing. That's the one I want to use. I go up and I go to either fire at will or shoot. And I press a button, right?
So if you look at the arrow symbol,
yeah,
next to the it says arc. If you also hover your mouse over that, it also tells you what arc it's in. So
sneaky.
That's where the arc is.
It's the forward arc.
You can use the port's arc or the turret. You cannot use the forward arc to shoot the singularity because they are not in front of you.
But we can make believes, all right?
No.
Okay. All right, I'll take it then. I guess it's okay. Light plasma cannon. So check that one. Check that one off.
So all you do is you go here to targets, and right now it's targeting the Mariko Nash, which is what we want for the singularity to shoot. Also, when you hover over it, you can see it on the map as the GM. So now he's going to go with the. So it is not in its forward arc. It is in its. So it's only going to be able to use the turret.
What?
So we double click this.
I'm back to the turret, huh?
And that is a hit against the Mariko Nash. So now you roll.
I thought I was shooting here.
And do the damage. Go ahead.
Me? I'm doing light plasma cannon port firing arc, and I'm pressing shoot or fire at will. Shoot, I assume.
They do two different things. If you hover over the question mark, you'll see what it does. And they're two different numbers. Fire at will gives you a -4, and you can shoot 2 starship weapons.
Yeah, no. I did write it wrong. What'd I get?
So if you did shoot,
did I win the prize?
Then that is a miss.
Can I do it again then?
You didn't do the +3, so let me see if that will help.
Where would there be a +3 for this? Oh, it has to go down to the modifier.
All right, so let me just look at what their armor class is. Armor class is 22. So with a 23, that is a hit. Are you firing at their... So now go ahead and roll the damage. So you want to make sure the Mariko Nash is also targeting the correct one right here.
Come on, baby.
And it is.
8's pretty good. Not too bad.
So now they're both taking
What's
damage.
the total? I can't see.
So first, 14 damage. So first, we're going to apply the damage to the Mariko Nash. So you look here, it says 14 damage. The damaged arc was the port side for the Mariko Nash. Click, click, port. And then you click
I assume he's not talking
apply.
to me, right? Ship.
All right, and then we can open this up. So you see here, so your shields absorbed, your plating, your deflector shield was able to deflect their blast from the missiles.
Okay.
So now you are shooting the Singularity's starboard shield. So again,
Correct.
you go here to starboard, apply, boom, and you see it. So it went through and did some damage to the hull.
Okay.
Did 1 point of damage to the hull. So now they have 1 damage to their hull, and all their starboard shield is gone. All right, so now Fang Fighter 6 is going to go. They are shooting at the little guy, Fievel.
Bastards. Bastards.
He's got him targeted. Oops, pressed the wrong button. Try it again. Offense, there you go. That helps. All right, so he's got, in a forward, he's got twin lasers, so he's going to fire at those at you.
The bastard.
And that is a hit.
But it bounces off his.
So again, here's the damage.
Yeah.
All right, so we're applying the damage to his forward arc. All right, so 22 damage taken by the ship's hull. So your engines are now glitching. You've taken a total of 28 damage. You have what's called a critical threshold, which means every so many points of damage, in your case it's 7, part of your ship starts not working like it should. And in your case, Fievel, you got hit hard, and so your engines are now malfunctioning, and your forward and port weapons are glitching. So these lasers come flying in, blasting into your ship, striking your engines, and doing a little bit of damage to your weapons. You still get to shoot before all that happens, or as that's happening. The second fighter is also going to shoot.
At me?
At Fievel's bite, yes, but this is to your back, so you have, and using his back as well. So he has a coil gun instead of twin lasers. So they do, instead of 5d8, they only do 4d4 if they hit. Give me just a moment. So we're switching targets. We're going here to target. Here you clear the targets, and here you drag the target over to here on the map, or in the combat tracker, whatever is easier for you to drag it to. Now it says that he's targeting the Fivel's bite. Double click here. And Mantha stopped by. The coil gun also hits. So, like an old World War II ace machine gun. So, scraping against the back of your hull. And let's see. We apply the damage to your aft. All right, so you have one shield left in the on your aft.
What's your language there, sir?
That's right. Luckily, yeah, that's right. If your shield was gone, you would have an aft hole, but you don't. You still have one shield left. As these bullets come slamming against the shield, weakening it down to where it's just sitting there glitching a little bit. But now it is your turn to shoot back.
My front gun's gone.
No, it's
malfunctioning or
before.
whatever.
I said this all happens at the same time. So before all this happens,
okay.
you are shooting first, so you don't have any minuses, and then actually you have a +1. So let us go ahead and so let's see what the most precise targeting. Let's see, at 12th level, you're not quite there yet. You're at 10th level. 6th level. All right, so fire at will. You can fire 2 ship's weapons regardless of their arc. Each one is made at a -4 penalty. So you're going to go ahead and do that. That way you're going to shoot at the guy, shoot at both of them. As you know, if they're going to take you out, they're going to pay for it. All right, so
I'm going to take these jerks with me.
First of all, we have the light plasma cannon. So you click this. So this is where they're firing the arc you're firing at. And so in this case, it's the forward arc. Fivel's bite. Oh, wait a second. We're going to switch this over to the other one. There we go. Do the flak fire first. This is his aft. So here we go. Flak thrower. We're doing fire at will. He gets a +3.
You're doing the light plasma cannon. That's the front.
First, we're doing the flak thrower. And you got a 20 on the dice.
Nice.
So that's a 38. It is a crit. Crits work a little differently in Starship Combat, but needless to say, you hit. All right, so you do 9 damage. The way it works is if you pierce the shield, you automatically do a critical. So this is Fang Fighter 1. It does not quite pierce the shield, but does take his rear shield down some. So now we're going to switch targets for you.
Does this ship have an escape pod in case I need to just bail out and...
It doesn't, but
into raw space.
That's right. It does not. No, sadly, the Marigo Nash does, but yours does not. But as long as
we'll work on
it. There's usually with your armor and stuff, you'll be able to survive in space, so it's not the end of the world.
Swimming back to the...
But you can fly back to. I mean, you can fly the ship back to the Marigo Nash and dock it and stuff. So. Or you can also spend a couple turns if you want to trying to fix the ship, whichever you think will be faster. But let's go ahead and finish now that you've switched targets. Let's go ahead and fire at this guy. So got a +3. Nine on the dice, not quite as high, but it is enough to hit it.
Very nice.
2d12 damage. All right, you rolled crap for damage, but let's see how much damage you've taken before. Here we go. Forward, apply. All right, so his forward shield is looking really weak, the fighter. All right, so you both at the same time lock on using the computer's little furry hands, typing feverishly. You see the computers lock on. You hit the button, and the rear of your ship spews out a bunch of metal pellets, and that are and infused also with these almost like napalm, as it's the whole purpose is to confuse and destroy torpedoes that are being fired at your ship. But he's close enough to where it slams into his shield, burning through a lot of his shield. In front, you've got these cannons, plasma cannon that goes blasting into the front of his shield. The other fighter's shield. Now we have Steve-O. All right, so you fired what weapon, Serena?
I'm currently firing the plasma cannon.
George. Name's George. George.
No, Serena's firing the light plasma cannon at this moment.
All right, so that leaves. All right, so that was on the port side. So the turret, that leaves the turret open to be fired by him. So to make things simple, we're just going to say have Serena. Let's see, what is Serena's plus to hit? And what
3.
is Zarael's plus to hit?
There should be 3. Serena's is 3. That was not her.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. My plus to hit one went.
All
From
right,
the boost you got it from.
What?
Do you?
Never mind.
Do one of you feel like switching over to Gunner and shooting for Steve-O? For George?
Sure, whatever. Do you want just in terms of just?
I don't mind.
Go ahead. There you
All right,
go.
so Zarael, go ahead and switch to Gunner. Click on the little circle all the way to the left next to the turret. Do you see that?
No.
Okay. Have you?
It doesn't say turret anywhere.
No, it doesn't say turret anywhere.
Okay, so what you're looking for, is the symbol. Let me pull up the.
Oh, the round circle on the bottom.
Ooh,
That's a turret. Okay. The light particle beam is the actual one.
Okay.
Zero. Yeah. So just,
I got it.
if you hold your arrow over the circle, giving you a circle, meaning its direction is 0.
Yes.
All around.
The bottom one. So click the tiny little circle to the left of that. That selects it. Then click on the firing arc. So is he going to fire at the singularity? Actually, I should have asked that in the first place. Is he also firing at the Singularity, or is he firing at one of the other fighters? Whoever's crinkling stuff is killing us.
Sorry, my fault.
Thank you. So who is he going to shoot at?
Uh, let's go with the Singularity.
All right, so he's shooting at the starboard side. So click where it says firing arc until it says starboard.
All right.
Then in your modifier, put +5. And then up top, it says shoot all the way on the right where it says ATK. Click on that blue circle next to shoot.
Why didn't it? Did it add my 5?
Yes. So 2 plus 18 is 20. And so it slams, it bounces off the side of the shield. Doesn't quite pierce it. All right.
Is our ship, the big ship, have a funny word to read?
Does it have a what?
Teleportation beam? Am I looking at that?
Yes.
Correct?
That it does. It has a light teleportation beam. It shifts the target 1 hex, or if you're within 5, or if you're within 5 hexes, you can switch places with it if you hit.
Oh, that would be awesome.
All right, so
teleport a character out of a ship?
No.
No. Okay, never mind.
All right, so we're back to the role setup. Is anybody switching roles? Changing who they want to be and what they want to be on the during their turn?
Well, I'm going back to pilot until I don't need to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll go back, fly the ship and go back to her.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so next is the engineering phase. They're going to try it one more time. They failed at their roll with a 3 on the dice. All right, so now we're back at the helm phase. Go ahead and roll your initiative, guys.
Just the pilot or everybody?
Just the pilot. 35. Fang fighter. 24. They did not roll as well as they did last time. And here's
so sad.
5-O's roll. All right, and so Mariko Nash, 35. Nice. Look at you. You guys are crushing it. All right, so once this time it's the Fang fighter. It's actually going to stay where it is. Number 6, he is also going to stay where he is. Singularity is going to move 1.
Where did the bite go?
Can you not see it? Oh, hold on. Sorry.
There you go.
I'm not sure why it changed to neutral party. Anyway, so the singularity moved 1. It's turning. All right, Mariko Nash. So it has turned to face you. You do know that its starboard side is shieldless. It does not have a shield right now. So if you look at the way it's facing, this line, you need this line. Hold on, let me change the color of my dice so you guys can see it a little bit better. So that yellow line is the edge of his front. So if you cross over that line, you would be on the starboard side. Does that make sense? You understand what I'm saying?
If I cross over that line going up, right?
Yes, correct.
Up-ish.
So right now
Okay.
you're facing his forward shield, and you can just blast through that too if you want. But if you turn and go up around on his side, then you'll be able to blast into his side.
There's something I can do with that. Hang on.
All right, so you do have to move 1.
Yeah.
Can you spin in any direction?
You can also do what's called a I forget what it's called, but it's just you slide. It's a slide where you could just slide 2 sideways and get right next to him, right on his side.
It's called drifting. You're drifting the ship. Something like that. That'd be good.
So I can
Maybe
move up to. I can move up to the ship speed in the direction of either the forward port or the forward starboard edge without changing my facing.
Right, glide. I said slide, I meant glide. It's called a glide. Yep.
How do I do that though? Let's see.
So just give us a roll. Actually, you should be there under pilot. You should see. Oh, so under the piloting, it says it's called slide. That's funny.
There we go.
Slide.
Oh, yay. Okay. Said I
All
can
right,
move
so
up to it.
joink. That's 2. You can go 1 more if you want. You'll still be in the starboard side. It's up to you.
So I can't go the other direction?
Don't you want to be on his side with no shield?
I do. What I'm saying is I can't slide. You just went diagonal toward the right. Can't I go diagonal toward the left?
It's the right side that doesn't have any shields.
Exactly. If you go this way, that's not going to do
Not that
anything.
way. Oh, up. Like the left side of the V.
No, you're facing forward, so you can either go this way or you can go this way. It's all you
Okay,
can.
that's what I was asking. I don't get the whole starboard and port shit. Okay, that to me is like trying to tell me go north or south for directions.
Starboard is
So
the right side of the ship.
go ahead and go the two
But
spaces.
the answer is always yes. It's right or left. The answer is yes.
All right, yeah.
All right, so you're
Very
still facing it forward, but you're on its starboard side.
Blast
You're in
away.
perfect
Blast away.
position
awesome.
due to your awesome piloting skills. All right, and then so Fievel,
Let's make some metal confetti.
your ship is.
Oh.
Let me take a look, double check some things, see what you need to do to get where you want to go. All right, so your speed is 8, your turning is 1, so that's fine. So you won't have any issues there. I just need to double check, see what happens because your engines are malfunctioning. All right, so he just has a -4 to do anything with that system, and in your particular case, it won't matter. So you're good to go. I might be missing something here, but I'm not going to take the time to try to find any more details. It's close enough. So you want to get back to the Mariko Nash, correct?
Yes.
All right, so that's not going to be a problem. Let's double check. 1, 6, 7. All right, so what you can do is you can go forward 1, turn, 1, turn, 1, turn,
1 turn.
and 1, turn. Boom, you're back on the ship. And we're going to say this turn you are jumping out of your smoking fighter as you slide into the dock, jump out, and are running up to the bridge, taking your spot. So next round you will be ready to go and do whatever you want to do on this ship. Keep in mind with your good computer skills and your good shooting skills, you can easily be a gunner, engineer, science officer. Any one of those 3 would fit for you. You guys have lots of weapons, so you can have plenty of gunners. All right, so your ship is now safe, albeit a little banged up. All right, my chat is covered up. Give me just a second. I gotta find it. There it is. Hey, Ship of Fools. Jingo stopped by and said hello, and he subscribed. Awesome. Thank you so much for the subscription. Let's see, that was 10 minutes ago. Sorry about that. I had it covered up because I was looking at Discord. So I do very much appreciate the support. And Atomic Hero Squad, Bobby, he says, don't worry about it. The dents will buff right out. Once they start smoking, once they stop smoking, they'll buff right out. All right, so let's do some shooting, shall we? So you two, go ahead and switch. Actually, before Zarel, go ahead and stay as pilot, please, if you're not there now. Oh,
Okay.
so that I can shoot you. And then, so this one fighter can't shoot you at all because he doesn't have a turret or anything. But this number 6 can. Serena, you can go ahead and shoot. At the
I
singularity.
choose whatever weapon I want.
Front. You're facing front,
Forward.
forward or
What's the
turret.
forward arc?
Yep.
Forward.
Forward or turret.
Okay. Perfect. Perfecto.
Let
And
me.
then I put the.
So
I
he's
put
going to
his
be
on
shooting
his
you guys.
starboard. The firing arc is starboard, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So those of you watching,
let's
you just switch the targeting on, clear the targets because Fievel's Bite's gone. Go here to drag target. Boom. Good to go.
Am I ready to go? Should I fire? Attack. Come on. What do we got?
All right. That is a hit.
Awesome.
So go ahead and roll
So
your
the
damage.
thing, the thing unchecked itself. Is that okay?
Yes. It's supposed to.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Okay. Come on, baby. What do we got? What do we get? I can't see. Blur's in the way. Holy shit balls.
16 damage.
Nice.
And the first fighter shoots at you and misses. The other fighter is not shooting at you. The Singularity, let's see what he has on his starboard. He has forward arc, aft arc. So all he has left is a turret.
All right, cool.
.26 is a hit.
Okay.
All right, so you take some damage. So now go ahead and Zerael, you can switch over to Gunner and take your shot while I apply the damage to the Singularity. Just cycle through to the port and apply. Starboard and apply.
Do I have any bonuses or anything?
16 damage. Yes, +3. Actually, no. For him, it would be +7 right now.
Ooh, yikes. All right, and then what arc is it? Forward?
Starboard.
Starboard.
You're fine.
Oh, because it's at
Starboard.
starboard. Okay.
Right. So you can't use the forward-facing weapon, but you can use the turret. Same one you did last time.
All right, which is what I was doing. Awesome. All right, and then attack. Where do I attack?
Shoot.
Again.
The one on top, it says shoot.
That's right. Okay.
All right, so that one is a hit. Go ahead and double-click the damage. All right, and you notice it would list it twice. If I hadn't applied it already, it would show it twice. So again, you should click on where it is. This is the starboard, and apply. All right, so all that damage goes 32 points of damage into the hull of this ship.
This is on another scale of the look.
So you see now he's at 27 points of damage. All right, so that is the end of the gunnery. Oh, let me apply the damage to the Mariko Nash. So it's the forward arc. All right, so you guys have deflective shielding, which is different than normal shields, and you have ablative armor. So the way it works is 15 points of damage is deflected first, sort of pushed off to the side, parried off to the side, because your shields, and then your plating takes 7 points. So in the front, you've already taken some damage from the front, so you're down to 10 points left on your plating. You still have 25 points everywhere else, port, starboard, and aft. Your shield then regenerates back up to 1 less than it was. It was 15. It's now 14. All right. So now Fievel is in the mix. So Fievel, let me switch you. Let me show. I gotta put you onto the ship. What did you guys want to do as far as roles? So you see here's the
We'll
party
go with
sheet.
Gunner.
You go to ship. He's got Fievel's bite
All right, that'll put me back at pilot
and
then.
Mariko Nash. Fievel.
So it'll be the gunner again, and he's no see the science officer.
George.
And then I'll magic officer up also when I'm not pilot.
All right. So Fievel, I believe. I'm pretty sure Fievel is a better pilot. So if you want him to be, if you guys are just going to do a secondary actions like that, Fievel would be the better one to be the pilot.
Knock yourself out,
What is
Fiverr.
your ranks in piloting? Oh, here, let me look.
It's like,
Zarel.
it's like 23 for the total for me.
Let's see.
I don't
Alright,
remember.
Scroll all the way down. Hang on.
so his
Where am I
ranks
at?
are 10. You don't want the total. You want the total. You just want the ranks.
My rank's 9.
Yeah, so he's one better, so a little bit better. But again, that applies to the armor class and stuff like that. All right, so
Right.
let me see.
No. Let him do the piloting
There we
part
go.
of it.
Boom.
I don't care.
Now he's here. And
Magic officer.
delete.
There we go.
There we go. All right, so we deleted him from the Fievel's bite on the party sheet and put him in Mariko Nash now. So now when we go down the ship, you see he's Mariko Nash. He is a passenger. So let's switch him to a pilot. All right. So just to clarify, Bobby, I don't know if I wasn't really clear. You are a gunner, but when it comes to moving the ship and when it comes to armor class and everything else, you are the acting pilot. But your main function is the gunner. All right. So this engineering, they are going to try to fix their shield. So they are able to balance their shields again. So again, you just add them all up. It's getting easier and easier to add because they're getting less and less. 39. So it's 40 basically.
Them or us?
So 10. The singularity.
Okay.
10. Left front side port. Right. Left. Yeah. So this port's going to be at 9. 10 and 10. Come on. All right, sorry, I was fat fingering it. It was taking me, giving him 109 shields in the aft. Okay.
There you go.
The engineering phase is done. Let's go to the helm phase. Roll your initiative. So again, we go to piloting actions for Fievel. 31 total. Very nice. One of the fighters rolled a 16 total, 2 on a dice. The other one rolled a 19 total, 5 on a dice. So they're too busy looking for where this fighter went.
That's funny.
They're very confused now. All right, he's got a 28. All right, so once again, you guys crushed it in the initiative. So this first fighter is going to move. 1, turn, 2, turn, 3. So he turns his ship, whips it around, he's facing you. Next guy is already facing you. He's just going to stay right where he is. Actually, he's going to try to glide. Let's see. All right, now the Singularity is going to move. All right, so its aft is facing you right now. Is facing away from you, down to basically 5 o'clock. And is now your guys' go. So taking a look at, were you able to get Twitch to work okay? Can you see where you are, Bobby?
Yeah.
All right, so you have to move, if you're going to move, you have to move forward 1 if you want. Right now, the big singularity is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 square hexes away, so it's still within short range. Your front hull plating is getting low, down to 10, but the rest of your ship is fine. So it's really up to you guys how you want to face. With you've got weapons on all 4 sides plus your turret. So what do you guys want him to do? Any ideas?
I'm thinking to go for the
It's
turret at
possible for us
least.
to Slide again.
To get
That's
closer
not
to
a
the singularity? Like that?
Yeah.
That's a piloting skill, isn't it?
Right, you don't have a pilot right now, so you wouldn't be able to do that, but you could move forward. Your speed is 10, so you can get on the other side of him if you wanted, behind this other Fang fighter, for example.
I thought Bible was our pilot.
He's the gunner. He's in the gunner role right now. So you guys have a speed of
Isn't
5.
this the priority phase?
Huh?
No, it's not. It's still the helm phase. You guys have a speed of 5, or you can spin in place if you want.
Okay, if it's still the helm phase, then why isn't he still a pilot?
So because he's focusing on being a gunner, he's sort of programming the computer to move the ship. So it can only go half speed, and it has a +1 to its turn. Just like you were doing when you were the Mystic Officer. It's the same thing you were doing.
Okay.
He's only being a pilot to apply his armor class and defense. So do you guys want to move? Or do you want to just turn? Or do you want to stay where you are? Everything will be shooting you from on the port side except for the Fang fighter. He can shoot you from the front or the port side. Everything else will be hitting you on the port side. I mean, starboard side.
I guess we could go forward one and then turn to the right. That way we'd still be able to shoot at the singularity.
Sounds good to me.
Albeit at his back end, but still.
All right, so now these two are hitting you in the front. This guy's hitting your starboard. All right, so now we're at the gunnery phase. Serena, go ahead and take your shot. And Zarael, you can go ahead and take George's shot. He has a +5.
Am I still applying the other +3 I had before or not?
Yes. So
Okay.
if you're going to use the Buster Cannon.
Yes.
All right, so that leaves the teleportation beam for you, 5-0. Is that good?
Yep. Yeah.
All right, so the Fang fighters are going to shoot you.
So can I use the turret again? Is that what I can do?
Yes.
+5. Okay.
Switch. All right, so even though I hadn't switched targets, 13 is not going to hit. So first missiles go flying past you guys. Second fighter shooting his twin lasers at you. It's also a miss. Singularity. So you are at its aft, so it can do. All right, can we just? Oh, here it is. Clicking the wrong button. All right, so here it is. So it shows you aft coil gun and the turret. Okay.
Why
Alright,
do you
so
get to attack turrets?
Singularity's a big ship. They have more than one gunner. And these bullets come flying at you, slamming into the shield, and followed up by these missiles blasting as the ship rocks. Both of the fighters go wide as you guys are twisting and turning and aren't able to hit you. And so again, you see how both the weapons damages are separate. All right, so go ahead and do your attacks. As a hit, 32 is nice. So this time it's the aft.
Yep.
Nice, 2 6s for 14 damage. All right, and it cuts through the
Oh my
shield,
God.
and you see some sparks fly as the metal gets blasted by these particle beam. Serena?
Serena's going to go as well, correct? Okay.
Yes.
She's using the light buster cannon aft. That's where it's going. and +3, and then it just will go away. Arr. +3, aft, and yes, fire. Come on, baby. What do we got? It's a miss. Oh my God.
2 on the dice. All right, so 5 here to save the day. Let's see with this teleportation beam.
Does that work again?
It allows you to shift their ship over, or switch it with it. Switch places.
Shift it one or swap places. Ooh, I wouldn't want to trade places, not all that places.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
All right, and that is a hit. 35 total. And first of all, we do the damage 1d20. So it could do a lot of damage, could do a little damage. Do you feel lucky?
20.
Come
Mm,
on.
very nice. 19 damage. All right, and so that is enough to have it do a critical threshold for the bad guys. Again, you guys wouldn't really know this without doing a scan, but you can see it in the chat. So you hit the power core and damage did 19 damage to its, and it now has a total of 50 damage to its hull, which was, like I said, brought it past the critical threshold, and now its power core is glitching.
Okay. Sounds great.
And it has no shield on its backside. So the question is, do you want to utilize the teleportation beam? Do you want to shift it 1 hex in any direction?
Sure, why not? Let's bring it closer to it. One.
Yeah,
one
that way when we board it, we have less distance to fly.
There you go. All right, so it all of a sudden you see as your thing slams into it, and you see the sparks start flying, and everything fades as it disappears. As this, as you, the lights in your ship dim a little bit as these magic and science come together to pull this thing, and punk, it then appears closer to you. All right, back to rolls. All right, so some things that the pilot can do is they can give you a boost to your armor class with a roll. They can make your ship go faster. They can pilot do all those fancy things where you're doing a flip and burn or a slip to the side, things like that. You can also go through their square, which allows you to make a roll. It's called a flyby stunt. And what that does is if you go through their hex without doing a flyby, then they get an attack of opportunity on you as you leave.
Okay.
But if you
What's the fly?
succeed at the flyby, then what happens is you get to fire any weapon, any one of your weapons, at any of its sides during the gunnery phase. And they do not get an attack of opportunity against you. So for you, the DC is a 30 you have a 22, so you have a all you have to do is get an 8 or higher on your 20 sider to do the flyby, if that's something you want to do. If you want to zip past it and shoot at it, that would then put your butt facing him, but you would then be in front of him, assuming you go first to move. So I say all that to say, think about where you want to be. If you guys are happy where you are and you want to just keep pounding at this thing, then you can keep Fievel as a gunner, and he can keep shooting. So do you want to do more damage to it, or do you want to try something fancy? So think about that, and let me know. Zerail, where are you going to be for what position are you going to be in?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Magic officer.
Okay.
Although I never got a chance to use that on my last turn because I was firing for George. Where does that come in?
I forgot about that. What did you want to do? And what were you planning on
Well,
doing?
now that we're in the position that we're in, I still want to try the thing that I have been failing at every single freaking roll.
All right, and what does that do?
It's a mystic haze, and if I'm ever successful, I call forth a magical burst of static to block our enemy's view of the ship.
All right, let me see what that does mechanically. All right, so I want to see what that officially does. Let me see. That should be under. Other rules in the Starship Guide. Chief Mate. Other crew actions. Magic Officer. Mystic Case. Okay, here it is. So it says, this obscuring field garbles your opponent's sensors and hinders their ability to gain information about your ship's defenses and positionings. And you also get a +1 AC until the end of the round. All science officers on the opposing starship taking the scan or lock-on actions before the end of the next round must roll twice for their checks and use the worst result.
So when do you want me to
That's
do
pretty
that?
good.
It does, however, cost you one. It does cost you one resolve point.
I know. I've been
Okay.
decreasing my resolve every time I try it.
Okay. So I will let you decide what you want to do, since I messed up last time. Do you want to shoot, or do you want to get a free Mystic Haze this turn that it won't cost you a resolve point? So I'll let you shoot as if you had shot last round, one of the weapons, and then,
Ooh.
or we can get a free Mystic Haze this turn.
Oh my goodness. That's a hefty decision. What do you guys think?
I tried not to do it first.
Were you happy with the Mystic Haze?
I would be happy with the Mystic Haze because it comes with a bonus to our AC and a couple of other things.
Yeah, just go with that unless you really.
Yep.
I mean, I think it's the same either way, but
All right, Mystic Haze it is.
Tried and true.
All right, so you can do your Mystic. Let me see if it gives any direction as to when the Magic Officer goes. Give me just a second. Okay, so it says specifically a magic officer acts during the engineering phase,
Okay.
and they can have any number of magic officers on the ship. I thought I had the, I guess I just did it for the other Starfinder campaign. I thought I had, so what you guys can do during your stuff. I don't have it. The ship actions. All right. So it is, so you're going to be that. 5-0, you're going to stick as the gunner or as the pilot?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Do the same thing you did last time?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, engineering phase. Go ahead with your magickiness. Do not count off a resolve point. And they're
Okay.
going to try to fix their shields, what little is left of it. They have a minus to their roll.
What the freaking A?
That's them. It's not us.
Yeah, 7 on it. You have yet to roll double digits for that check.
Wow.
All right, so they are not able to do. Actually, no, they are. They are able to balance their shields, but they have almost no shields left to balance. So let's see. 29. So that's basically 30. So 7, 7. 7, 7 is 14, and 8, and 8. Okay, so 7, 7, 8, 8, 7. All right, so that is their shields all balanced. Helm phase. Gunner. Switch him over to the pilot.
Helm phrase, the science officer goes. Part of it.
Yes, science officer goes during the helm phase, correct.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do lock on for that. Again.
Okay.
I have to click any of the weapons to apply it to? Or is it just, like I say, all of them?
No, it applies. It works on all the weapons that are shot this round.
So just press
If
the
you
button.
succeed, then you tell. Yeah, just hit the button. Piloting.
And
+3 is 25.
too bad, I think.
31. All right, so they're rolling a little bit better. So far you guys are crushing this singularity guy. They've been doing some damage to you, but not insane yet. If they ever get through your shields in the front, your plating, then you'll have issues. But for now, you guys are standing strong. 26. So once again, you guys are going last, which is the best position to be in, because they all rolled worse initiative than you. This guy, I don't think any of them are moving. Let's see. 1, Singularity. This fighter is going to turn. All right, so the Singularity is going to try a special action. One, two, three. Actually, it can't because it doesn't. It can only move half its speed backwards, and that puts you in its square, and it can't stay there. So it's just going to turn around. All right, so now it's up to you guys. What would you like to do? You're facing it from 3 squares away. You're forward. Oh, hold on a second. I'm sorry. I forgot to do the damage from before. So let's check this out and see what happens. So the coil gun hits, slams into your shield, and it's all deflected away. Then the missiles hit, and it drains 4 of your plating. So in the front, you guys have. So do any of you have the ship combat tracker open?
Yeah. Yes.
Are you able to see the Mariko Nash? And are you able to see the little shield icon up along the top by its name?
No.
Okay.
My screen isn't big enough. No, it won't show me.
Okay. So all the rest of your plating, the metal around your ship, is 25. Your forward plating is 6. Your forward shield is now 13. So it deflects 13. It absorbs 13 points damage. The right side and the back of your ship are at 15 shield where it deflects it. Your port side is 14 deflecting. So your front is the weakest, 13 and 6. If they do more than 19 points of damage in one shot, you're then going to start taking hull damage. If you keep facing forward, you can spin around if you want and turn and have it face your side or your back. You've got
What about
turret, and you've got both of your sides, your port, starboard, both have weapons and your turret. So whatever you guys want to do.
Do we have an aft weapon other than the?
You just have a flak thrower, and I believe the range of that is 3, so it should be within its range as well.
So what if we did like the electric slide and shot this thing on its aft with our aft? Can we do that? Can we switch places and electric slide it, and then
You can spin around and face the other way. Yes.
that's all we can do? We can't switch places.
You can go forward and go through its square, and it'll get a free attack on you when you leave its square, and then you'll be back to back.
I'm asking about the other function where you said glide or something.
You don't have a pilot right now.
Switch places. Okay. If we had a pilot, could we switch places with that thing?
No.
The transporter beam gun.
You can do that if you shoot it. Yes. You can do that now if you shoot it with a teleportation beam. Yes. And that is a forward. That is a
But
that's actually a starboard facing weapon.
Starboard facing weapon. The light particle beam is?
Teleportation beam is, yes.
It's a starboard, so we can't use it then. It only goes off that one side.
You can shift one phase, one arc at a minus, which is what he did last time.
Okay.
So for now, do you guys want to turn or do you want to stay facing it with the
Let's-
weakest facing it?
Yeah, let's turn, I think. At least that. Anyway, my thought was to switch places with it, and then knowing that, we would shoot it with our aft cannon into its aft, because it would be still facing the same way, and head for the surprise attack and advantage type of thing. That was the idea. You're saying it's not possible.
Correct. It's not possible.
So then do it as you will. I'm ready to
All right. So
lock on something.
Fievel, do you guys want to turn? You want to stay?
We got to turn somehow or another.
I mean, why would we need to turn if we're already facing it and can fire at it?
Because
We're also facing it with our
turn
shields.
well.
The shields are almost gone in this direction. Fish shoots back.
Then why didn't we do any adjustments to our shields if we knew this?
I don't do adjustments to shields.
That would be the engineering phase.
Okay.
Or did we just
Is that-
entirely skip past that?
You don't have an engineer right now. When you guys switch roles next turn, somebody can jump into the engineering phase and to be an engineer and repair your shields.
Okay. That would be good.
No C, Fievel would both be good at that. I think even Zerael has a bunch of engineering skills. I don't remember.
Which side of the ship has the most shields?
I don't even have ranks in engineering.
Starboard and aft have the highest shields right now.
So, to the left. The
All right,
ship-
so move one
to
and
left.
then
oh,
move one, move left.
So we're bow.
Move
Say
one, turn.
bow. So
What's to the left?
yeah.
Or right, turn right. I don't know why I said turn left.
It should be just
we would turn.
what?
Starboard is the right side of the ship.
Right, you have to turn the other
So
way.
we want
Turn.
to- So the
So move
turn.
one and turn so that our starboard side is facing
We have to go to the 8.
singular.
The hex down. Directly down and left.
it has the most shields. We're turning
So, yes,
left.
Yes.
We're turning left.
Dun, 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 dun.
So our
All right,
starboard
turn
shields
left.
are fair.
So
So
you want
are
the
we spinning
starboard
or
face. You want the
just-
starboard facing it.
Yes.
Perfect.
just to spin and a move down one to the left? Down and left? Or not?
All right, so here it is. So if the engineer used the divert, it's the divert. So as you guys are looking at it next round, that's what you want to do is what's called divert. It will restore some of your shielding points back. All right, so you're turning.
So question.
Yes.
If we are down on our shields, why is it not showing in the ship combat tracker that we're down on our shields?
So are you able to click on the shield icon in the Mariko Nash? Is there a shield icon across the top?
And in the combat tracker, it just shows up as the Mariko Nash. Initiative, hull, damage, shield, and SD. That's it.
Okay. So I don't have my
You're not going
player.
to have complicated information there.
I don't have my player one up. You can also look. So let me share this with you guys. Did you get the Mariko Nash character sheet-ish thing?
That you just shared with us? Yes.
Okay, so if it's not there already, click on the center one, the tactical tab, and you will see forward
Okay.
says 13.6, and then you can see the numbers all around, support and starboard and aft.
Okay,
So,
that still doesn't answer my question.
so compare that, what you're looking at there, with whatever you see on the combat tracker. Like I said, I don't have my player version up, so I don't know what you're seeing.
What I'm seeing in the combat tracker is that all the enemy ships have damage and hull points on their lines.
Right.
But we have nothing in those boxes, as if we've not suffered any damage.
You haven't, because your shields and your plating have protected you so far.
Okay, now that answers my question. Thank you. Yep.
So your shields are different than theirs. Well, the way theirs work is they had a crap ton of shields, but it was a finite amount. As you do damage to their shield, they don't get it back. Yours are deflectors.
Okay.
You're not really shields, so yours are always there and they're absorbing and deflecting damage. But every time it gets through that, it hits this metal plating on your ship first. And that's why you're down to 6 of it on the front of your ship. Once it gets through that 6, then it'll start doing hull damage. So it has a lot more hull damage. The Singularity has a crap ton more hull damage than you guys do, but its shields are a lot worse than yours. Alrighty, so it is now the helm phase. Nope, we did that already. So now it's the gunnery phase. Now,
No, Sven.
Yep. What's up?
Never mind.
All right, so now we're shooting. So number one is you're facing number one, so it gets to shoot at your front. It's been rolling crappy so far.
Up the gullet.
So Serena and Zerael, you can shoot as Zerael. You can shoot as George. Serena, you can shoot. So Serena,
Doing the light plasma cannon forward. Their forward position.
so if you're shooting the forward one, you're going to be at a -2. So with your +3, it's going to be a +1.
No, I meant shooting their forward.
Yes.
It's supposed to mark who the arcing is supposed to be forward.
Correct.
With the light plasma gun cannon, which is off my port.
The turret. No, they are to your starboard. You guys said you wanted to be have it facing the starboard.
Yeah,
okay. Highest.
So
the light teleportation beam is over the turret.
I thought port is left. If port is not left, then
Port
right
is
is
to
starboard.
left.
Okay, then we're shooting off the.
Port
switch the
is
ship.
left.
So you just moved the ship again.
Because I made a mistake, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Port is left because it's the same number of letters as left and port have the same number of letters.
Of course, that's exactly what everybody remembers.
That's the way I was told.
So I don't have a choice. So I either have to go with the.
Yeah.
Your choices are 3. You use the turret.
The light.
You use the light teleportation beam or you use the forward one at a -2.
That's two. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm doing particle beam.
Turret, okay?
At the turret, yes. At the you got everything set up. I just press shoot.
Correct. So he's going to shoot at your aft.
What?
Go ahead and do your roll. I'm talking about something else. Go ahead and roll.
He going to his forward, correct? So I just press it.
Yes.
Shoot. And give me a plus. Fuck it.
So if I'm using the
Now
turret, I can still target the singularities aft, right?
Holy crap load. Oh my god.
So you can't use the turret because Zerael used the turret. I mean,
Me?
because Serena used the turret. So you can use... George can use either the light teleportation beam or the forward. Instead of being at a +5, he would be at a +3.
Go with that one. I suggest.
Okay, so what is the forward?
Light buster cannon.
Light buster cannon. Okay. I'm targeting the aft. I can still target the aft, right?
No, the singularity is facing you guys, so it's its front. Just forward.
Forward. Okay. And then shoot.
Oh, I miss.
Oof, 1 on the dice.
Oh, I didn't do the +3. Sorry.
Does it make a difference?
17 still would not hit. It has 20 armor class. I mean, 22 armor class. All right, so the Fang fighter behind you finally hits for the first time ever. The guy in front of you shoots at you. And misses again.
I'm lucky there.
Singularity. Hits with his laser cannon.
Go.
And hits with his missiles.
Ah.
All right, so let's apply this damage. So we have Fievel still going. So Fievel is going to switch over to Gunner. Oh, he's always been Gunner. Don't mean to confuse people. All right, so he has... Nobody used the light teleportation beam, correct?
No, that is correct. We did not use the teleportation beam.
Yep.
He hits. Not quite as much damage. 9 damage this time. So let's go. We'll take care of their damage first. Here it is. The forward. It does break down their shield and does a little bit of damage to the hull. So do you want to do anything to that ship? Switch places or move it 1?
You talking to me?
Yes.
I have an idea. Could I move it into this same square with the fighter? Maybe make them run into each other?
No.
No. Okay.
It's a good idea, though.
It's a very,
Oh,
very
you're right.
emphatic no.
I mean, I'll leave it where it is.
All right, leaving it where it is. All right, so we have, first of all, the lasers from the fighter is hitting your aft. So 15 of it is deflected. And you're down to 19 hull points or ablative armor points on your back. Now the singularity hits you twice. The first one is, actually they're both on your starboard. All right, so this time 15 of it is knocked off. You're down to 16 points on your armor. See, and the difference is you now still have 15 points of shielding because of the type of shield you have.
Does the plating get moved around, or is it a stationary item
Plating can only be repaired at a
physically?
right at a star station, or a base
Right.
or planet, stuff
Right.
like
Okay.
that.
It's
You can't
physical
repair
stuff.
that while you're flying through space or anything else. That could, like you said, that's actual metal applied to tacked onto your ship. All right,
Right.
so you're down to 6 points on your starboard side now, and 6 points on your forward shield. You still haven't hit your hull yet. So you guys are still tootling along well.
Okay.
Its shields are almost completely gone. All right, so now we're switching over to the roles. Did you guys want to switch, have somebody come and be an engineer and try to repair your
Yeah.
shields?
No seal being an engineer.
Okay. Everybody else happy with where they are?
Yep.
Awesome,
Yep.
awesome. Engineering, they're going to try to repair their shields. So repairing is a lot harder. Let's see if they can do it. Ooh, 37 is enough. It's actually 34. Their PCU is... So 5% is 10. So they get 10 shields back. Woohoo!
It's 10 more points we got to get through.
They started with 200 and they were down to 22. So now they have 32. They cannot balance their shields or anything else because that's what they're doing. They're repairing their shields. And they apply it to one section. And engineer, go ahead and make a roll. So click
Roll
on
am I making?
the divert.
Skills.
Yep, same thing, just like you did before. Go to actions, and you'll see underneath there it says divert.
Okay. I'm just pressing the button, or
Yep.
just pressing the okay. So I failed.
You rolled a 2 on the dice, correct? So that is a failure. 14. You need a 25. So even with your +3, it would be a 17.
Yep.
All right, and that shows Serena. Was it Serena that did it? Are you on Serena's page or are you on Nelsie's?
No, I'm on this page. I just didn't change the dice color. There you
Okay,
go.
just making sure because I know their skills are different. Making sure
Yes.
you had enough. All right, So next is the helm. Let's do some initiative action here. All right, so to save time, I'm just rolling yours. 36. I don't think anybody. Oh, here. 36. If he gets a 20, that's a 33. Yeah, so nobody can beat you. So they're going to go first. And they're good where they are. They're just going to stay where they are. It's a pretty boring space fight. People just standing there shooting each other. Except for the singularity. The singularity, he's going to try a fancy move. And fails. So he stays where he is. When you do a glide, or slide rather, and fail, you don't move. So. All right, gunnery phase, here we go. So, actually, wait a minute, go back. Zrael, what did you want to do during the engineering phase?
I'm still gonna try. At some point, I've got to.
What do you gotta do?
Doing a little mystic haziness.
At some point, I've got to roll something more than single digits.
How about now? Or now?
There we go.
Yay!
Awesome.
Finally.
All right,
Oh my
so
goodness.
they cannot scan you. They cannot, and they have a hard time locking onto you. So you have a bonus to your armor class. As finally, all of a sudden, you see the ship. Don't forget, you guys also have your ghost drive if you ever want to utilize that. But you guys are winning, so you probably won't need to. So now we are in the gunnery phase. So they have a minus to hit you. Serena. Oh, first of all, helm phase. Go back to that. What did you guys want to do?
Who's in the helm then? Isn't that the pilot again?
Well, you're pretty much deciding as a whole what you want Fievel to type into his computer.
Okay.
Bobby,
Sven, I can
own?
only.
I'm
What?
sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I can only see 2 ships on the screen.
Yeah, I'm shifting back and forth here. Do you own a physical set of dice?
Several of them are.
So go find a 20-sider.
I don't need to find them. I know exactly where they are. Hold on.
And that way you can at least do something. All right. So what did you guys want to do? How did you want to face them? Right now, you had shifted to the starboard. It took a bunch of damage. Do you want to shift around to where you're facing the port side to it, or what did you want to do?
We'll go with the.
I'm thinking we're pretty good, aren't we?
Because your port side right now is your strongest side. I'll share this with you guys.
It's a spin.
All right.
Yeah, I think we spin.
So you see, your front is 13.6, starboard is 14.6, aft is 14.19, port is 14.25. So your port
Yeah, we
is
definitely
strong.
want to spin to port.
Those are pretty the same, aren't they?
The second number is your metal that's protecting your ship. So 2 of them are 6, one is 19, one is 25.
Okay. 25 is much better. So the port is definitely go.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just gonna spin. Spin in place.
All right. So now your port side is facing 2 of the ships. And it is now gunnery phase. So first of all, let me make sure
So going off the
he's
port.
still on pilot. He is. All right. So Serena. So now you guys are facing the opposite way. So, Serena, you can use...
Yes. I'm using the light plasma cannon.
Right, so light plasma cannon on the side that does 2d12 damage, or
Forward. Or
the light particle beam on the turret, which is 3d6, or
check.
-1 using the flak thrower on the butt, just 3d4.
Nope. Stick with what I got. Take my chances with the plasma.
All right, so George, that leaves you with the light particle beam, which is the circle on the bottom, or the... Actually, no, that's the best way to go. Go with the light particle beam for George on the turret. Meanwhile, I'm going to roll for these guys.
All right, I got one.
He missed.
We're getting really lucky on those, aren't we?
Singularity. Well, he's hit you once. There's one fighter. The other fighter hasn't even hit you yet. Singularity's been lighting you up. He's hit you every time.
Yeah.
But the two small ones haven't been squat. Singularity, here he goes.
No.
All right, so armor class is 26. So even with a -2, be 28. So he does hit you with this one. And his turret. Actually, no, I take that back. That was a miss. So now he's shooting with his turret. That is also a miss. So for the first time, the singularity misses you twice.
Yay.
So you are scot-free this round. So George, your turn. Roberta, you want to go ahead and fire as George using the turret? And Fievel.
Absolutely, I do. What bonus? Whoa.
5.
Okay. And I'm firing at their forward. 9.
Let's wipe them out.
Yay. What the hell?
It was a very light particle beam.
I guess.
All right, so go ahead and roll your 20-sider. Bobby?
17.
Go, Bobby.
All right, so that is a hit.
What am I shooting at?
We'll go ahead and roll 2 12-siders.
Two 12s.
Or 1 12-sider twice. That was an attempt to be funny, not insulting, by the way.
All right. 8. No, total of 9.
Alrighty, so 9 points of damage. Let's see if I can tweak it. Let's see.
Day 9.
Damage. There we go. I just added it all together to his forward arc. Alright, so once again, you wipe out their shields, blast into their hull. You guys don't take any damage at all. So at this point, you guys need to decide what you want to do. Be thinking about it for in a couple weeks now. The fight is almost over. You can decide, do you want to move up to it and board it and go hand to hand with these guys? Or do you want to just try to blast it out of the sky? So be thinking about that. You guys have any initial thoughts?
I'd say we board it and take the ship from them.
I say we
To what
board
end?
it,
To what end?
but a couple of us have that thing, that symbol of that cult. We could use that to our advantage when we board them.
Try to patch yourself off as them.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know.
Serena and Nosy, what do they want to do?
Go to the salon, man.
Go to the salon.
I don't know. No, she's always preserving life. So if there's a chance we could save something, then she'd probably want to. Serena, on the other hand.
Okay, well, boarding their ship would save a lot more lives than blasting it out of the sky.
That's true. That's why Nosy would probably go that direction. But we still have 2 other ships here that are hanging that could wipe us out if we try to board it. Anyway, let's assume we wipe them out. We have 1 ship left. We can look through it, see what's going on. Maybe it has some sort of stuff in there. We don't need to take the ship, I don't think.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, hey, everybody say good night to the stream.
Good night, stream.
Good night, stream.
Thanks to Jingo again. Shout out to you so much for the subscription. Check him out.
Everybody.
He's now doing his streaming again on Saturdays.
Cool.
So check him out, Jingo. His Ship of Fools, the Ship of Fools. Check him out and like, subscribe, all that stuff. Whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you next week for Dawn of Flame.
Yeah. Hey, guys.